Hello everyone. So as you all can see, we are at Naniki Thaler, and this is fresh and pure water coming straight from the Kanneli rainforest. So today we'll be doing our video. So anyways, uh, so yeah, our video for today will be here. Hope you all enjoyed.
So welcome back, Mr. Roscoe. It's quite a new approach today. What's the reason behind this? Since we're talking about ISO 14001.
Yeah, Harshan, we are in a kind of a different approach because we are in the Kanneli. You can see behind me there's a river, like small waterfall. So normally we come here to do the ISO 14,000 days training program with our corporate client. But today with your team, we try to do a ISO 14001 2015 standard introduction program in the nature. ISO 14,000 is about environment management system. So we are doing this program, being a part of the environment. So I hope this will be a very exciting event.
So that's great. So we'll get started. So let's start off with the basics. What exactly is ISO 14001?
Yeah, ISO 14001 is talk about your environmental management system. So in any organization, any industry, if they work on with the environment, so there can be a negative impact to the environment. So ISO 14000 talk about how to minimize this negative impact, plus meeting all the legal requirements. So depend on the country or world, legal requirement you need to cover. So if somebody said, yeah, certified for ISO 14001, it mentioned that all your legal requirements, country-specific legal requirements are covered, plus you are taking extra care to minimize all the environmental impact. That's the 14,000 in a nutshell.
Okay, that was clear. Let's talk about the objective. Why do companies adopt ISO 14001?
Right. So objective is many organizations they are basically there's a world trend. People are talking about how sustainable, how environmentally friendly organization is. So this ISO 14,000 2015 standard basically helps you to showcase your environmental focusedness, and then that would be the one key outcome of the ISO 14,000 plus. And then of course we make sure you are meeting all the legal requirements. And by the way, you don't need to wait until you get ISO 14,000 to meet the legal requirement. It's a mandatory requirement, but ISO 14,000 will make sure you cover all the legal requirements. Plus, you are doing all the best practices to minimize the environmental damage while you are doing your activities. That's the key objective.
So it's good for the planet and also good for the business. So who does ISO 14001 actually apply to?
So ISO 14001 2015 can apply to any organization. It's like consultancy firm like us, because we do a lot of travel. So during the traveling, we emit a lot of carbon dioxide. So and to do our job, we need to travel. So then that of course how to minimize, clubbing and then planning your schedule. So people like us, including manufacturing, hotel, any service industry, so any industries, you can apply for ISO 14001, maybe Koya, maybe hotel, maybe FMCG manufacturing, or shipbuilding, any industry where you interact with environment. In fact, everybody interact with environment. So any organization can apply for ISO 14001 2015 standard.
So now let's jump a little into the technical aspect. When was ISO 14001 2015 standard introduced, and how long is it valid?
So this latest version, ISO 14001 2015, was the latest standard. It was introduced in 2015, and then that standard is still valid up to now. So the normal scenario is once your organization gets certified, it's valid for 3 years, right? But every year there will be a surveillance audit. So in that particular audit, they will check whether you are compliant with all the standard requirements. In fact, there are 10 elements. So then it will give another 1 year continuation. So once you get certified, it's valid for 3 years, but every year there will be a surveillance audit. And then once this standard started to revise, it will go for a new version. But right now, ISO 14001 2015 standard is available.
That was a great discussion. So to recap, so basically ISO 14001 helps the planet and the business, right?
Okay. So this standard pretty much talk about there's a study called abstract impact evaluation. So you in this study you basically study the abstract, your interaction with the environment, and then impact mean outcome. So there can be positive outcome, there can be negative outcome. So if it is a positive outcome, how are you going to improve it? And if there's a negative outcome, how are you going to reduce it? So when you do this abstract impact evaluation, you identify what are the significant aspects, towards environmental, harmfulness. So then you try to minimize, bring it down to a certain level. So it's a continuous improvement process. Of course, agree with Harshan. It's one of the best standards. You are talking about environmental sustainability, and anybody can adapt it. So agree with you. Is a helping for the global environment as well as the business as well.
So, Mr. Rasta, I think it's a great approach, and thank you for your time and effort. We'll see you in the next video.
Thank you, Harshan, for inviting me for this nice environment, and this is unique, program. So I definitely will think that people will love it. This requirement. Thank you.